Hey there, it's Christian, and I don't think I'm alone when I say that this past year has been full of unprecedented difficulties. And so I wanted to take a little time as we're bringing 2020 to a close to look back on some brighter times. And so I went through and dug through all my archive footage, some videos that never really quite made it to full videos, and decided to edit one together so that we could have something to enjoy and look back on. So with that said, happy holidays, Merry Christmas, whatever you celebrate. I think we can all get on board with celebrating the closure of this year and the beginning of a new year. And hopefully we can look forward to getting back to doing what we all love to do most. That's better. What's up, YouTube? Welcome to this weekend's gig log with Louis the Child. I'm really excited. We got a whole jam-packed schedule this weekend, and I figured I would take you guys along for the ride. First off, we're going over to Firefly Music Festival in Dover, Delaware, and we're doing technically 3 shows there. We've got 2 campground sets. They're like little smaller mini sets on like an SL250 size stage. It's just kind of like for the people in the campgrounds of the festival who are staying there. And then we got the big show at Firefly on Friday night. We go on right before Zed, and we've got a ground package that I designed, a ground package that I'm going to be building myself since we dry hired it. And yeah, it's going to be a really fun time at Firefly. And then immediately after Firefly, we head over to Las Vegas because the Louis the Child boys have a residency there at Kaos. It's at like the Palms Resort. Anyways, the nightclub is super cool. We went there a few weeks ago, and now we're heading back, and this time we're doing a pool party at the club. So I'm really excited to be taking you guys along. And yeah, let's head over to the airport, head onward and upward to Firefly. Let's go. It's a little tricky. Thanks a lot. You too. It's really crazy going from my busiest year ever, 2019, traveling basically every weekend for work and being able to enjoy all of the experiences that go along with traveling for work. And then going into 2020 expecting to do even more of the same, and then being hit with the reality of not traveling for work hardly at all. It was a real sobering experience, and just reminds me to always be grateful for the opportunities that we get. Well, we made it out to show site. There's a hotel that's like dedicated for artists and the teams and stuff, and you can actually see, let me see if I can show you here. The venue is right there, and you can see all of the punters, and I mean that in the most endearing way possible, heading out to the campgrounds over yonder. Before we head out there though, I need to finish up a little bit of programming on the computer here. Just got a little bit of things to clean up with the cloning. I'm still not quite sure if I'm going to be doing the campgrounds set like I mentioned on the SL250 earlier. I did just get a PSR file for it, so I have the ability to do it. I just don't know if I'm gonna have enough time, and I won't have any time to actually do any programming, so it's gonna be like a clone and cross my fingers type deal. But I'm gonna spend about the next hour cleaning up my file here, and then we're gonna head over to the venue and do our lighting load in. Let's go. Well guys, it's not looking so good. We just had a ton of lightning strikes hit, and there's a storm inbound. I've only been here for like 15 minutes on site. So right now we can't even build the ground package. I'm gonna go out to front of house and see if I can grab an updated file and at least do that amount of work while they shut down the stage. Yep, and all the lights just went out on stage. Everything is breakered off, and front of house is totally shut down as well. Oh, and lightning. Not exactly how I wanted to start my day of programming and building a ground package, but wouldn't be an exciting video if that wasn't the case, huh? Right now, pretty much stuck in a holding pattern. I'm in a little production trailer right next to the stage. Stage is right over there. Nobody's allowed on stage. It's not like a torrential downpour, but it's definitely raining, and it's really cutting into our time for the rest of the day. So depending on when this clears up, it's gonna change how much time we obviously have for programming possibly, and might not have as much time to build the ground package tonight. And I'm really thinking that we're not gonna have a chance to do the festival campgrounds stage tonight. So yeah, just checking in. I'll come back to you guys when there's more info. Hey, howdy. It's post-production Christian here again. This is kind of one of the reasons why I didn't publish this video originally. The storm ended up lasting longer than anybody expected, and it turned into a very, very long night for all of us, including the local crew. And we actually did not even get the ground package built until about 15 minutes before our changeover time the next day. As I mentioned before, this is a dry hire ground package that I put together with 6 Color Forces. In this case, they're Color Force 72 Mark IIs. Got that cool little lens on the front. And 12 Elation WW4 4-cell blinders. This was designed to be a super budget-friendly ground package that we could source basically anywhere in the country. I like this little ground package because even though it has a relatively small footprint on stage, just the height of it, it gives it a lot more presence and allows me to bring over a lot of the time-coded programming from the tour onto every festival that we go to. Plus, it's nice having these 10-foot vertical pipes cheese-burrowed to rolling GT truss. So it means that I don't have to worry about spacing once I've got everything set backstage. I just know that it's going to roll out in position, and I won't have to worry too much.
I gotta carry him.
And continuing right along with our theme of why this was not originally a full-blown YouTube video, as I've said before in these videos, the show always comes first. So if I don't have time to document anything that I'm doing, I don't do it. And this is one of those times where I just did not have the time to do it. And unfortunately, I couldn't even find any high-quality recordings of the set on YouTube. Usually there's someone with a phone in the crowd that like records the whole thing for some reason and publishes it. So this was one of those times where I couldn't find a good version of it. Otherwise, I would have spliced in some footage of the show. So instead, we get to enjoy some of PJ Carruth's programming. He works with Duck Lights down in LA. And they have a lot of awesome artists and bands that they work with. And PJ did a bulk, I think he did most of the programming for the Zed Orbit tour. So it was really cool to get a chance to see some of his work. If you want to check out PJ's work, I'll link his Instagram down below. Hope you're okay with that, PJ. Scott, how was your show?
Oh, it was real strong.
Real strong show?
Good one.
Strong like wood.
We have jumped forward in the future just a little bit. We had an awesome time at Firefly, including we got a chance to see my friend PJ's brand new time-coded show for Zed. It was mind-blowing, gave me a lot of really good ideas. It's just awesome to be able to meet with people face-to-face at all these festivals and kind of put a name and a face together from all the times I'm talking to people online. It's really refreshing to be able to meet these awesome people in real life, and PJ's no exception. He's an awesome guy. Anyways, we're at the Palms in Vegas getting ready for our first pool party with Louis the Child at the Kaos pool. Let me show you what they got going on down here. Right now they've got
Cascade playing down at their pool stage. We'll be heading down there in just a little bit. But the rig is pretty cool. They've actually got along the perimeter here a bunch of CO2 jets as well as like some confetti streamer cannons, so you can actually shoot streamers over the audience in the pool. And then the lighting rig, pretty much a smaller version of what they've got inside. You know, JDC ones, some Robey Mega Points and spiders, and some other fun little things that we'll get to play around with in a little bit. So last time we were in Vegas at Kaos, we were playing the nightclub. Super awesome. I didn't get a chance to really do any video or vlogging there except for these clips that you see right now. It was a really cool place. They've got a couple MA3 full sizes, bunch of Robey Mega Points, whole automation system in the ceiling, bunch of LED, really insane club, really fun to work at, and a great crew. And I'm excited that a couple hours we'll get to experience the outdoor pool version of that club. So in a little bit, we're gonna head down and do our programming for the evening, and I'll take you guys along for that. So we'll fast forward and head downstairs to the pool at Kaos. Let's go.
That's super cool. You think you get to use that screen? The big one.
Sick.
Yeah.
Really high res video off. Oh, wow, dude, coffee table.
Oh my god.
Digico and
Oh my.
MA2, MA3 light. What? What?
Fully down to it again.
Is this a light? Yeah, it is a light. It's like, it better not be a compact XT. Easily best front of house. We got our own VIP couch. This has got to be one of the coolest front of houses I've ever been in. I'm really excited for tonight. I just loaded in my file and started the cloning process. I did a little bit of prep work up in the hotel, but it's really nice to have an actual console to work on, because you can actually have multiple screens and be able to make selections here and then make actions over here. And it's really not a bad view. We got the whole pool with all the goodies in full view. We're gonna try to get at least some of this LED in our show. Scott's gonna try to patch it into Resolume. But I'm really excited. This will be cool. They're actually down there right now getting everything set up. You can see them down there in the DJ booth. Yeah. So they're testing out show control right now, and I can see the players. They don't have anything loaded yet. But yeah, this is show control. It allows us to take information from the DJ decks and output SMPTE LTC, linear time code, out of a regular old audio interface and then distribute it to anything we want to run using timecode. Yeah, and here we can see Scott is loading up a track to do sound check with, and we can assign this to an output layer. We can even assign it to 2 different output layers, and now we've got 2 streams of timecode that we can use for all sorts of fun things. Let's go see what Scott's doing in the booth.
Last time at Kaos, we got to use the giant Tesla coil over top of the dance floor, and it's kind of hard to one-up that, but the water cannons surrounding the perimeter of the beach club are a close second, I think. That was probably my favorite part of the whole evening. We knew we had one moment where we wanted a water hit, and I could not wait to trigger that cue. Thank you all so much for taking the time to watch my video. It's fun putting these together, even these older ones that I thought I was never going to do anything with. It's still fun to relive all those memories. I hope you all are finding your own personal ways to stay sane out there. I know for me, it's been a really rough past 10 months or so. If there's one thing I could ask of you as we wrap up this video, it's to reach out to members of your production family, whether you're a touring professional who's out on the road usually, or you're working in a venue with all sorts of other departments. Reach out to those people who you haven't spoken to or haven't seen in a while. We really need to stick together if we're going to make it through the other side of all this. Anyways, that's going to wrap things up for this video. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.